Hey, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Raising Noire Twins. It might sound like that I'm kind of talking a little low or like in a whisper, and that's just because the girls are sleeping. And we happen to be talking about sleep training on this episode and sleepless nights. So I'm not sure if any of you have heard of it. You probably have actually, but of sleep training, which according to whattoexpect.com, sleep training is teaching your baby to fall asleep without help from you. That means the baby is put to sleep fully awake and he or she drifts off without being rocked, swayed, cuddled, nursed, or shushed. And now, if y'all have any experience with this, or if you guys have tried it with your children, I would love to know what your experience has been. Because I'm about to tell you about mine. And like I said, everyone's, your experience is going to be your experience. My experience is mine. But here it goes. So I'm going to just take you guys back to the beginning. So when they were newborns, obviously everything was really great. They just ate and slept and just did that over and over again. Like they really weren't fussy babies at all. And we lived downtown Miami. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Miami, but if you're downtown, we were across the street from like Bedtime Market. You can hear the airplanes go by, and we would sleep with our balcony doors open, so it was loud. Like you heard the planes coming and going, But they slept peacefully. I mean, literally slept like babies, okay? But for some reason, after our big move from Florida to California, it was like all of that changed. And at that time, they were like 6 months. And it was just like, I don't know if it was just like the change of environment, just getting used to things or whatnot. That's what I really think it was. But for months, it was just like trying to get her back into the rhythm of like going to sleep and all this stuff was brutal almost. Okay, brutal is kind of a harsh word. It wasn't brutal, but when you're just not getting any sleep and you have to get up early for work, it's just like, you're looking for anything at this point to try to help your situation, But homegirl just, not only was it like she became the super light sleeper, but she just had this severe case of FOMO, like fear of missing out. Like any little noise, she's like, oh, whoa, what y'all doing over there, huh? Like, girl, you not missing nothing. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. I promise you it's going to be great. But my baby was like, nah, y'all trying to have fun without me. I need to be a part of this. And this was just Cece. I don't know if I mentioned which baby this was earlier, but this is just Cece. And Cece is Turin. Lala, which is Lauren, she was great. Like, she did not play about her sleep at all. She was like, she'll get a little fussy when she's tired, but as soon as you lay her down, give her a bottle or whatnot, she's gone. Like, boom, I'm in La La Land. Mr. Sandman, come and get me. I'm good, And I won't hear from her until the morning time. Like, she slept through the night just fine and everything. But Cece, my girl Cece, was a different story, y'all. And I was just like, you know what? I tried everything. I, did the whole white noise machine. Tried singing to her, which sometimes the singing actually worked, which surprised me. But yeah, I can't be singing for 2 hours now. And I'm just having a brain fart right now. But any and everything that you can think of, to put a baby to sleep, I did that. I tried it and it just did not work. So that's when I started like looking into other things. Like I can't be the only parent that's going through this, right? So I started looking, online for, just answers. And so that's when I came across sleep training. And I found this YouTube video and I just started like following the things that they suggested, which really wasn't too far off from what I was doing anyways. The main thing really was when they started to cry, just to leave them. And now I know that sounds very simple and very easy, But let me tell you, when you hear your baby crying and it's not just like a little cry and then it goes up to it, like you're just like, oh my gosh, like I have to go in there and console her. Like she needs me, you know? That was the hardest thing to do in the beginning, I promise you. And so basically the sleep training video that I followed, it was, like I said, basic stuff. It said to, once it's bath time, give them a bath, then give them a bottle, and about 30 minutes or so after that, like let them play for about 30 minutes or so after that, and then go ahead and put them down to sleep. And then, like I said, once they started crying, that's when I feel like the real work came in, because it was just so hard to like not go in there. But y'all, it worked for like a good week, right? And I was so proud of myself. I was proud of her. I was proud of myself. Like, oh, we got this. Boom, you know? And so I had to go to work because I just happened to be off for that week. And I had to go to work. And so when I'm at work, my mom watches the girls. And I told her, I was like, I'm trying something new with Cece. You know, it's just, you know, I need to start getting some sleep. I can't keep, you know, having these late nights and waking up in the middle of the nights all the time, especially if I have to get up early and have to drive to San Francisco to work. So I told my mom what I was doing. I told the plan and stuff. And when I was away at work, I called to ask how the night went. And y'all, I was only gone for like a night, really. But you know, I called and she had already, she was like, I couldn't listen to my grandbaby cry. And I'm like, first of all, you let us cry. Like, where'd all this softness come from now? But anywho, so needless to say, when I came back, the whole sleep training thing, it was just like, nah, like we weren't doing it. So it was back to square one when I came back from my trip. And I'm just like, I was kind of upset about it, I'm not going to lie, because, you know, when she does get up in the middle of the night or when she's not going to sleep and all this, I'm the one that has to, you know, be there, get up in the middle of the night and take care of it. You know, everybody else isn't. So, you know, I just thought it would have been nice to just kind of adhere to what I was doing, just to kind of see if it would actually stick and if it would work, just to kind of make things a little bit easier for me. But anywho, so that's been that was my sleep training experience. Hey guys. So I've been having this idea of creating a podcast for quite some time now, and it wasn't until I came across Anchor that I felt like, okay, I could finally do it. It just made everything so much easier and so convenient. It's free, and you can record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer, and they distribute your podcast to all the major platforms, which that's basically all the hard work right there. Everything you need is here in this one space. So if you're thinking about creating a podcast and you don't know where to start with Anchor. All you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started today. But now they're a year old, 15 months for those who like to gauge in months and be a little more specific. But they're a year old, and let me tell you, things have gotten way better, y'all. Like, don't get me wrong, they still cry when we go to lay them down for bedtime, but it's definitely not as long as it used to be. With Lala, she'll cry a good solid 5, maybe 10 minutes. But then after that, she's like, you know what, this is dumb. I'm tired. I can't be with you on this one, Cece. I gotta go to bed. But Cece, she's still gonna hang in there. She's gonna push it to the limits, all right? So she's probably crying a good 10 to 15 minutes. But I've learned to kind of, just let her do her thing. Like, she's gonna go to bed. And so, like I said, it's definitely not as bad as it used to be, where she was just cry. Like, she's at the point where it's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm tripping. Let me go to bed. But anywho, again, I just want to know what your guys' experience has been with sleep training. What was your guys' bedtime routines? And if you have more than one child, did it work for all of your kids the same way, or did you have to kind of change it up a little bit? Because, all kids are different. So that's kind of, tricky too. I don't know. I'm sure I'm not the only one that went through this. Maybe I am. But if I'm not, I would love to hear from you guys and hear what you did. Like, just, let us just know. So, anywho, that concludes this episode of Raising Noire Twins. Again, y'all know how to reach me, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again on Facebook at Noire Twins and on Instagram at Raising Noire Twins. So go ahead, like, subscribe, share, comment, rate, all that good stuff. And yeah, guys, have a good night. Peace.